This is why quarterly outreach matters and how I landed a $1,400 UGC brand deal 1 hour after doing my outreach for Q3. Hey, welcome back to the For Creators podcast. This is the space where I teach you how to grow, build, and get real about what it takes to actually thrive in this creator world. I'm Lily, your host, and today we're talking about one thing that every single creator should be doing at least 4 times a year. Today's episode is all about quarterly outreach and why it matters, why it's so important, and how I landed a $1,400 UGC, which means I don't have to post to my socials, brand deal 1 hour after sending out my Q3 outreach emails. If you've ever felt nervous to pitch yourself, or if you're wondering how creators are actually reaching out, getting deals, pitching themselves, and then getting contracts and getting brand deals that don't even require them to post on their own feeds, this episode is for you. I want to start off and talk about why quarterly outreach is so important. If you don't know, there are 4 business quarters in a year. Every 3 months, 90 days is a new business quarter. There's Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Last week, we just entered into Q3, maybe 2 weeks ago by the time you're listening to this. And Q3 is a great time because that's when brands start thinking about the holidays. They start thinking about Christmas deals, Black Friday deals. They start needing that holiday content and they start putting their rosters together, if not already launching full out campaigns for Q4. So I want to break this down for you. Every single quarter is a fresh start, not just for us, but for the brands too. Budgets reset, campaigns get greenlit, new product launches are planned or even launched. And brands are actively looking for fresh creators to move forward with these campaigns. So it makes it the perfect time to pitch yourself. And a little pro tip that I like to do sometimes too is I'll even pitch myself the last week of the quarter. So that way, come the new quarter, I can already secure those brand deals, or they can just have me in mind when they have new campaign needs. I always am sending out updated emails. I'm always updating my portfolio every single month. I let them know of any big life events that happen. The last email I sent for Q3 was that, hey, I just graduated. I have so much more open time now. I'm able to create content with a quicker turnaround. And I've updated my portfolio so you can see over 100 new assets that I have produced. I would love to work with you. Here's my info. Let's do something together. That's basically what the email was. It was obviously more professional than that, but that's basically what I said. If you're not reaching out to brands at least 1 time per quarter, and I'm talking either the beginning or the end of the quarter, mainly, you're missing out. You're missing out on opportunities, you're missing out on brand deals, you're missing out on money. And it's literally money and opportunities that are waiting to be claimed. These people need creators. Brands need creators. They need fresh creators. And this is the perfect time to do so, your quarterly outreach. I want to talk more about why I refresh my portfolio monthly. If you want to take a look at what my portfolio looks like that has scored me over 6 figures worth of brand deals, the link is going to be down below. It's my professional content creator portfolio, but it's still fun. It still shows my personality. It's not just black and white, and because that's not who I am. I am pink girly. Obviously, I love pink, and my portfolio is literally pink. I love it. So every single month, I always refresh my portfolio. If I have a new video that I really like that did really well, I'll put it in there. I update my metrics. I update any client reviews that I got that I was like, oh my gosh, I just love that. I want everybody to see that. I really go through and I spend at least 1 day completely updating my portfolio. And not the whole day, just a few hours. It doesn't take that long. And at the bottom of my portfolio, I have this portfolio is current and correct as of July 2025. My hair is black. I let them know kind of what's going on. And that way it shows them that this portfolio isn't just a one and done, I did it and that's kind of it. No, that I'm updating it every single month. I'm going in there, I'm refreshing it because that shows consistency for brands too. So at the top of Q3, this last quarter that started, I said, hi, my portfolio is updated. I just graduated. I've got time, space, and I'm ready to deliver high quality content with a quick turnaround. That's literally what I said in the email, just a little bit more drawn out, a little bit more professional. And that one sentence alone, it shows growth, it shows availability and alignment. Basically, the green flags that brands are just skimming through 100 plus emails a week trying to find. It's telling them, hey, listen, this is what I can do for you. This is what I'm offering. Let's work together. Super simple, super cut and dry. Not, hi, I'm Lily, I'm on Instagram, this. No, because if you're emailing the brand, they already know that you're probably already doing the things that they're looking for. They just need to find you. Now, let's get into what everybody wants to talk about. The reason why you probably clicked into this episode. Listen, I get it. Money talks, literally. This is the $1,400 UGC deal that proved my point. And I was so happy when the full circle moment came around because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to talk about this in the podcast because everybody needs to know about this. I'm not even kidding you. I sent my Q3 outreach email. I had it automatically send out. I had a schedule send for Monday morning. It's 9:14, I think it was. I had another brand that I had sent that outreach email to Hi, Lily. So happy to hear from you. We have a campaign with la 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 la, and we would love to secure your spot on this campaign. Are you kidding me? They originally quoted me 900. I said, my typical rate for a campaign of this size is about 1800. They said, can we meet in the middle? I said, you know what? Sure. I said that only because I've worked with this company before. I know how they are. They don't request many revisions. It's super easy breezy, and I like the co-founder a lot. Her and I are friends. And I said, sure, absolutely. That is the reason why I said, you know what? Yeah, I'll meet you in the middle. And I also know that they don't have as much of a budget as like somebody like a L'Oreal would, or a high up one of these big mega brands. If it was L'Oreal, I would have been like, yeah, my rate for that's $5,000, flat out. Like that's what I would have said. But I know they don't have that type of budget, so I don't want to lose the opportunity. I don't want to lose the relationship. So I'm going to make it work. And that just means that, okay, the content it might not be shot on like my DSLR camera. It might be shot on my iPhone because it's a little bit quicker. So that's why I accepted that brand deal. I also negotiated down the usage. Okay, so instead of full 365 irrevocable usage rights, no, you have 45 days usage rights. That's it. You have no paid ad usage. If you want paid ad usage, it's going to be an additional fee. This is straight up just going to be UGC. It's just the content. I still own the rights to the content, but I'm freelancing out the content for the brand to be able to use on their organic socials. That's it. It's just video content. I'm not submitting them raw. I'm giving them the raw clip together like I like to do, and then the on-screen version. It'll only be 2 versions of this video. So that's why I felt comfortable accepting the brand deal, even though it's not my typical rate. It's not, what I typically would charge for those requested deliverables. And I want to be really clear with you. I didn't get this because I have the most followers or I'm this. No. It's because I positioned myself at the right time, the right place. I made myself accessible to brands. I put myself back in the top of their minds so they could think about me. And I had the right message. I was ready. I was ready to attack. And that, my friends, is the key. It's what this is all about. I'm about to say something, and I want you to listen to exactly what I'm going to say. Brands want to work with creators who make it easy. They don't want to have to struggle. They don't want to have to beg for you to submit content. They don't want you to have to XYZ. No, they just want it easy. They want it easy. That's what brands want, and that's what I give. That is my main service that I provide. Quick turnarounds, high quality content. If you send me an email, I'm going to respond within an hour. Like, that's just who I am. That's just how I run my business. And brands love it. A quote that I have that I don't really love necessarily, but also like it's so true, is that social never sleeps. And it's true. Not saying that you should never sleep, but I'm just saying social never sleeps. Take that with a grain of salt. Take that as you will. Don't make it your life, but also kind of, keep it in mind. If a brand sends you an email and you have the time to respond to the email right then and there. Don't make them wait 2 hours for you to respond, because in that 2 hours, they might find another creator that was like, answered immediately. Oh, yeah, I can do that. I can do this. Then that brand might no longer have the position open for you anymore. That's happened a few times, and that sucks. Trust me, you don't want that to happen. So show up prepared, be polished, and be ready to create. That is the biggest takeaway. And I want to move forward and talk about why touch points are so important. And they matter. Most brand deals are not going to happen from that first outreach email. Unless the brand's coming to you, if you're outreaching to a brand, you're probably not going to get like a brand deal the next email. Like that. That's just not how that works. But maybe the brand doesn't respond to the first email, but then you send a second email a week later, and then they're like, oh my gosh, hi, thank you so much for reaching back out. Sorry, thank you so much for resurfacing this. Bingo, key. Now you have just shown that, hey, listen, you follow up. Even in the face of rejection is what we call an unanswered email. You're showing up, you're following up, and that's so important for brands to see. Another key point is like, okay, if I send quarterly outreach at least 4 times a year, that means they have 4 opportunities to keep me in the top of their mind, to add me to their roster, add me to the top of the roster. And that's so important. Your name keeps showing up. Your content keeps getting elevated. You keep respectfully but consistently showing up. They're going to want to partner. They're going to want to, meet you where you're at. Quarterly touch points are how you build that momentum. Reaching out at least at the start of every business quarter. Hi, updated portfolio, would love to blah, blah, blah. That is going to get you going. It's going to get that momentum, that rhythm going. And something that's happened to me quite a few times is I've worked with brand partners, and sometimes my point of contact leaves. But because we had such a good working relationship, they'll bring me on to whatever project they move to next. I've done that multiple different times. I'll have a retainer with one company, the brand point of contact leaves that company and starts a new creator retainer on their new company. I'll still be on the first client's retainer, but now I'm also on my point of contact, their new client's retainer. You just got a retainer deal because you were able to submit content on time and respectful and kind and followed up and consistent. Are you kidding me? That's light work. Doesn't even touch, the creating content side of it. So to make a long story super short, quarterly touch points are how you stay top of mind. They're how you build that momentum, how you increase your yes rate. As we're nearing the end of this episode, I want to give you something that you can take with you. If you want to pitch to brands like I do, I put together 5 email templates. They're completely customizable, and you can start using them to pitch yourself to new campaigns right now, today. Whether you want something super professional, friendly, personable, whatever it is, I have 5 different versions with 5 different tones of voice that I can send you right now. They'll be linked in the show notes. And if you want them, just comment template down below. You're welcome. As we're wrapping up, the one thing that I really want you to take away from this is do not wait for opportunities to fall into your lap. That's not how the real world works. You need to go create them. You need to go find them. You need to go source them. If you want something, you need to go get it. Make the email, refresh your portfolio, reach out quarterly, tell the brands you're available, that you're ready, excited to deliver amazing content. And when that next deal hits your inbox, just let me know because I am always cheering you on and I want to celebrate your wins with you. So I'm going to leave you there. That was a lot to take in. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. I absolutely want to answer all of your creator questions. And until next time, keep creating with purpose because your content matters. Content creation is a real job, so treat it like one. And that is a wrap on today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you really enjoyed this, please hit that subscribe, hit that follow button. I would absolutely love to connect with you guys on my socials. They'll be linked down below in the show notes if you want to check me out. And I will talk to you in the next episode. Bye.